Okay, this is a test. Testing 1, 2, 3. It's weird me having this little air traffic controller deal here. I'm going to wait about 10 minutes, see if anybody shows up. We are live. The messages are being sent out to the webosphere to let everyone know that they can come live right now with Off Grid with Doug and Stacy. And I'm Doug. Anybody here? 201. Come on, you Homestead homies. 16 viewers, 18 viewers. All right, you guys got to bear with me because I'm going to get this figured out. Let me see here. Let me downsize that to my channel. You guys stick with me now. Don't go getting mad and leaving. Otherwise, I won't be able to figure this out without your help. I need your help. Doug needs your help. All right. So I don't know where to see. I keep losing it. How does that work? Live show testing. Please stand by. Removed. I don't see. I got 30 viewers. I can see that. But I don't know where I'm going to see you if you can talk and let me know some stuff and then show me your questions. Here, let me see if I can copy this. Hang on now, guys. I need you to stick it out. Trying to figure out how I can see some chatting. If anybody has Twitter or Instagram and follows us, go to one of those two while we're hanging out and let me know what you're seeing, if you can see and hear what I'm doing. And then I'm going to keep trying to navigate through this so I can find out where the available comments would be able to be seen. All right. So you guys help me out that way. If you follow us on Twitter or Instagram, hit us right now and let us know what you're seeing on your end. People watching. And we're going to get this figured out. And I can only do it with your help. Come on, Google Hangouts. My phone, I'm not getting any Twitter or Instagram. Oh, there goes something. Let's see here. I got a Twitter. I got a message. So see if you can find that. All right, you guys stick with me now. I got to figure out where I can find this live chat at. This is where I'm having troubles right now, seeing what you guys are chatting. But I'm going to get this figured out, and if you guys stick with me, we'll get it done. So let's see here. Oh man, if I minimize that, I can't get another window up. Why not? Oh boy, come on now. Invite people, microphone, camera, bandwidth, settings, leave call, control room, dial guests up, eject any bad actors. That's not what I want. Off Grid with Doug and Stacy. Dang it. And viewers, I see you guys are coming and checking it out. I just had to figure out how I can So if, man, come on. Because my Windows isn't letting me pop up more windows for some reason. That's kind of weird. .com. All right, so here's what we're going to do. I know there's 49 of you guys there. I think I'm going to have to start another one. But the problem I'm having is I can't find where you guys' comments are at. So bear with me a little bit. But I'm going to figure this out, and then me and Stacy are going to start doing some live shows, and I'll even probably shave for you guys. I haven't been shaved. I've just been working. I'm telling you what, I almost passed out the other day doing this concrete slab. There's going to be a whole video about that. It was brutal. So I might, if I hang up, just stand by because I'm going to log right back on and start another chat. But I'm trying to figure out where or how I can get, maybe I figured it out. Okay, I'm going to go to my YouTube, and then hold on here. Maybe this might work. Paste, search. Okay, I see a bunch of Hangout people. Ooh, it's not on my channel. It's nowhere on any of my channel, so I can't find it there. It's not on my Creator Studio, but I'm going to find it. So you guys just hang tight. I don't think I have to hang up. I just have to find out where you guys are seeing this right now. And I'm having trouble with that. Okay, let's see. 67 viewers. Stick with me, guys. I'm telling you, I'll get this figured out right quick, and then we'll go on and do some question and answers or some kind of hanging out real quick. But just be patient with me. What I'm having trouble with right now is finding your communication. I don't know where to find it at. I've typed in the Google Hangouts that it's going on. Maybe I will try putting it just into Google. Maybe that'll, let's see here. Backing out of my YouTube channel. We'll just go back to Google. Hit enter. You're about to join. Okay, I got it. Read it. Got it. You're already in a video call. Take me there. Hangout. Click OK to return to current video call. Oh, man. Taking you to other video call. You may close this window. 64 viewers. Anybody got any ideas? You can tweet them to me. Is figure out how to open up a window to see what you guys are seeing so I can see the chat. So if anybody has any ideas, you can tweet them to me or Instagram. There's a chat box. I see it opens up. It says group chat, and then there's nobody there. From Life and Farmland says that everyone's chatting it up. To list available comments, enter. What is that? Where do I enter it? Right here? Let's try this. Enter question mark. Didn't work. To list all available comments. 79 viewers. Come on, guys. Doesn't anyone know? Can't you tweet me the I know you're there. 83 people are watching right now. Oh man, I wish I knew how to do this. This is the only part I have to figure out, you guys. I tried earlier with that downloadable program. That was horrible, but I got it figured out. Everyone says they can see me. I just can't figure out how to communicate with you guys. Smoke signals. um, yeah, I just can't figure out how to. Okay, there's the phone. Maybe somebody sent me some info. Do you have more than one bracket? And I can't open it up. I don't know where it is. It's not on my YouTube page, so there's not like a live stream YouTube thing going on right now. So I don't know where I would open it up. I put it in Google and I put it in my YouTube page. I copy and pasted the link, but I'm not getting it there. Just saying something here. Come on, you guys. I know you can do it. I hear you and see. Because if we get this hook up, we're in. We're all over it. Our first live stream. Yeah, there it is right there. It's on my phone right now. Now I'll probably have a little bit of a lag. Booyah! All right. Good job, Eric. All right. I'm going to have to turn down the volume. Okay. Man. Oh, hey. Awesome Homestead. We just moved into Cottage Grove. I work in Springfield on the Riverbrand campus. Hey, Grizz Hilltop. Nice to see you. All right. I think I got it, guys. Only thing I have to do is figure out how I can do it without using the phone, because then I'm going to be looking down a lot. Okay, so now I guess 95 people are watching, and we can do some Q&A. Really long lag times. See if you can. All right, hold on. Let me try to adjust this. Let me try to adjust something here for my lag time. Let's see. What did he say? Integrated webcam, microphone, speakers. In here where I can set the bandwidth. Screen share, cameraman, control room, settings. Speakers, microphone, integrated webcam. Hey, from Illinois. You're coming in pretty well, just no sudden movements. I'm not a fan of Eugene. How long have you lived off grid? 5 years we've been living off grid. 5 years. We did a video a little bit about a little bit ago, question and answer video where we talked about how long we've been out there. To enable live Q&A chat tool, you need to start your from within the to enable your large. You start your From the Google Hangouts platform, navigate your left-hand menu bar and select Hangouts and then select. To enable the live Q&A chat tool, you need to start your HOA. I don't know what that is. From within the Google Hangouts platform. Left-hand menu and select Hangouts and then select. So there's chat. Okay, I see a box that says chat, and I got that. And when I click the box that says chat, it opens up the group chat over here, but I don't see any of these chats that I'm seeing on my phone. Thanks for saying my channel name. All right, Richard, I heard you. Has more than one white shirt like that. Well, sure, I have more than one white shirt like that. I have several white shirts. I have a blue shirt. I have a brown fuzzy shirt for wintertime. I wear my straw hat. This is my summer hat. And then I have a winter hat, which is my black hat. Before you start the Hangout from your event page, make sure that the chat is selected from the icons at the bottom of your video preview area in the Google Plus event page. All right, I'll have to remember that. For right now, I'm going to kind of go with this because you guys are already here, and I know everybody, short attention spans are running America. So if I abandon like this and try to start over, I don't know if I might lose some of you. 105 people are checking it out right now. So if you guys got some questions, I can see your questions right now. So if you want to ask some questions, this will be our first little hangout. We're trying it. I'm going to get this chat thing figured out, more fine-tuned. And there you go. And I got my little this is your operator headset on, so I'm able to use that and have some good audio. And it's kind of a little different platform because I'm able to connect right with you guys versus just putting out a video and then answering comments or something. So why do we live off grid? Well, we did could you live without electricity? You could go watch that video. Plus, when we first started this, we were debating how this was gonna look, but our main thing was more control over our food, healthier lifestyle, in the dirt and out of the concrete. Just those kind of things are what motivated us. And then as we learned about electricity, we didn't want to have a bunch of wires in our house. We didn't want to try to drag all of the conveniences and stuff that caused us to be sedentary. And be ready. All right, so I've poured the concrete the other day. About it, and I'm going to show you guys because it was almost borderline disaster. So I had one friend come up he's a very construction-y guy. I mean, the guy can build anything, but he's done have enough dudes. It was just me and him. It was almost 100 degrees outside, high humidity. I almost passed out. I was 3 days in, right? Because the first day I did 13 post holes, and then I put the forms up, and then the next morning I got up and I started shoveling up. It was only me and him. So things went downhill kind of quick. We did recover. It is in. It's not the prettiest. I'm looking at ways maybe I can dial it up a little bit, but actually finished, totally done, we're the end of next month, because I'm going to start wrapping screen in for the screen area, and then building picnic tables, and then getting everything in there. So I look for middle to end of next month. I couldn't figure it out. Now I know why I just watched this stuff. I couldn't figure it out. It's no joke, but it's not that complicated. Actually, I was contacted by a channel and he wants to do an interview with us on Tuesday. So we were talking through this Hangouts thing, and he was, I talked to him that I just had tried to upload this web he uses for the live shows, and that was not working good for me because I only use my phone for a hotspot. So he was like, yeah, you could use this Google Hangouts and go live, or you can schedule an event. And I thought, well, let's try that. And boom, here to figure it out. But just by chance, he had called me in the interim and wanted to talk about doing a show on Tuesday night on his channel. Cool. Do I live near Springfield? No. I live pretty far away from Springfield, 5 hours maybe. The tractor attachment for them post hoes. Nope. I like to dig them the old fashioned way. Bulk up. I just don't want to be dependent on machinery, and I like the physical labor of it, but there is a point where you have to. So I was kind of pushing it, and that's just what happened. Yeah, I'm glad it worked too. Your job before homesteading. Okay, before we moved up here, my wife still does what she does. Stacy still does. She teaches at the YMCA. She has a seniors class, the most packed, successful seniors. She also personal trains, and she's holistic life coach. Okay, and she still does that, but she was working 5 days when we moved up here, teaching at the Montessori school. She's now down to 2 days, so she goes in, works just 2 days a week. I had a lawn care landscape. I liquidated both of those businesses. Sold my lawn care landscape business. I had a brick and mortar building as well. We sold the property, we sold everything, but that's what we did right before we came to do this homesteading, what we're doing right now. So I'm basically retired. Stacy's working 2 days a week. He picked up a social media job where I'm a star of a YouTube channel. Off good with Doug and Stacy. Do you have a stream on your land? I don't have a stream, but we do have 2 creeks. One stays full mostly all the time. One's a runoff. And we have a pond. It's 1/10 of an acre where we have it stocked with fish, bluegill, bass, and all that kind of stuff. All right. Let's see. I'm just trying to read your questions down here. Play some Strumstick. You seem to enjoy it so much. I really do enjoy it. Where's that? Drumstick. The contest is over. I don't want to hear any. Is that a Strumsticks in there? But yeah, it's a cool little thing. I haven't learned any more new riffs. But it is fun to play. I'm telling you, $20 off. The coupon codes are in all the previous videos. We're going to do some more stuff with them. They're shipping out the Evening, New York, 119. They're shipping hers out today. We're going to do some more fun stuff with them. We have a good relationship with them. It's a family-owned company, just like the All-American Sun Oven. That's one thing we try to do. We try to find the family-owned companies that we can work with because we do like to the small guy. How do we store our meat? We have a freezer at a neighbor's house that we freeze our meat, plus we can can it and we can smoke it. And we're going to be working on that kind of stuff next year. That's why the outdoor kitchen build and everything else is, yeah, we will be putting in a root cellar too. That's going to be a whole nother video thing that we'll be working on next year. This year is the outdoor kitchen, the greenhouse, and the garden area. Next year is going to be the root cellar and the ice house. I don't know that one, brother. Where art thou? I know the song, but I don't know how to play it that well. I just picked this thing up. I'm doing pretty good, but I'm so busy right now. I don't have time. But over the winter, I'll learn some more stuff. Ordered a Strumstick, I guess. Red, or did you get a Sun Oven? Probably a Strumstick. They're really cool. Back deck. Yes, the back deck is part of my projects for this year. So by the end of next month, we'll have a back deck on as well. So I'm the one man building show. It's crazy. But I would, like I said, luckily my friend came up to help me with the concrete. Yeah, you can always stop by and check out our place. We're very friendly to folks that want to come by. We just have to vet you with FBI, CIA, and local police checks. She will be happy. She's been wanting that. You're burning daylight. Well, it's super hot outside. I'm still recuperating from my slab pour, so I'm just taking it easy today right now. And I thought I'd play around with this. Aren't you glad? JDK, I'm talking with you guys, hanging out on a parcel that has the extra 10 acres and cleared, maintained field. What animal and how would I need to graze on 10 acres? It depends on what kind of animal. If you're going to, and they'll get the trees trimmed and everything else, and where you just have to come back and whack the limbs off. 102 people are watching right now, and cool. So I think we're going to do a lot more of these. Me and Stacy are going to do them. We're going to answer questions that you guys have. We're going to try to do them maybe a couple times a month or once a week or something. I don't know. And any questions? If you got questions, this is a great time to ask them. Thing in the outdoor kitchen, the concrete, but it was kind of crazy. I just don't check my traffic record or my credit score. He's definitely in the wintertime, we'll be stepping up that kind of stuff. Out when it's summer and spring and fall, we like to be outside. You got to start smelling pretty sour pretty quick around there. We have soap and we do have water, so it's not a problem really. But sweat is good. It detoxes you. We could hunt right here. We have white-tailed deer. We're like the white-tailed deer capital of the world. Background, no sound. Come on. I miss face to face. What do you think we don't have human? A lot of friends and neighbors will. All right. Are we back on? You digging it? We back? We are back. Can you hear me? We use all our acres. We use it for grazing. We use it for fishing. We use it for animals. We use it for growing. Hey, there's Dirt Patch Heaven. We're waiting on your visit. Hear me? Here, yeah. All right. So I think I got my connection back. I'm going to move the phone back over here. And we're living off grid. All right. You got the real deal on now. Now, I'm not part of the Homestead Network. No one's ever invited me to be part of the Homestead live chat, but I think we'll get it figured out. I might just have to look over and take questions that way until I can figure out how to get the questions on our screen here. Figure it out. All right. I really need to get water now. Thanks. All right. Let's see. No pick. You guys back? Can you see me and hear me now? Charcoal is not good for enamel of your teeth. All right, how we doing? We got everything back now? I think that the problem is that you're using a tether. No, I think the problem is that I have to have a page open that I'm watching the live chat on while I'm broadcasting the live chat. That's the problem. It's not the tether. If I can close that and figure out how to get my comments, then I won't have that problem. And I think that'll stop the lag. So the lag is because I have two broadcasting and receiving all on the same phone. It's not the phone. All right. So when are you coming, Dirt Patch? I still haven't gotten any emails. that'll be a fun collaboration, fun visit. I need a coat hanger antenna. Laundry video. I know you guys want the laundry video. I know. Stacy keeps saying we need to do the laundry video, and I'm going to do it. Not till 30,000 subscribers. No, we'll get it up. It's just been crazy. I just, this outdoor kitchen, I'm working that and doing it by myself, and except for the concrete. And so I got a couple of other projects going on all at the same time, but I'll take the time out and get the laundry video going. We've had like two chickens in 5 years ever get bumblefoot here. We've never lost a chicken to predators. You guys saw a couple days ago, I posted that video about the $50 chicken coop build. It took me about an hour or less to build it, and it's been out there weeks, and I've nothing's in there, nothing's killing my birds. My birds look happy and healthy. And remember, I'm going to be free ranging them, so that's just so they can get their feathers finished on a little bit more, and they can get a little more weight behind them. So when they come out, the other chickens don't give them the business. But we don't have any problems with predators. There are predators. There are dogs. There are coyotes. We have foxes. We have raccoons. We have possums. And if you have a situation where it is a problem, you could still build that coop. And all you have to do is put the chicken wire along the bottom. But I saw a lot of comments about that. We have hawks. I mean, we have all the same predators that a lot of people have, and we just haven't had the problems. We build everything close to the house. I keep the dogs outside, and so, I mean, we just have never lost an animal to a predator. Yeah, we have large animals. We had Belgians. They're basically right below the like Clydesdales. We had Belgians. We keep two horses right now. I have a large standard bred horse. It's a standard bred Morgan Cross. That's my buggy horse. And then we have Sadie, which is a saddle horse. So we have two of those. Of course, our sheep, we keep 10, 15 sheep on hand. And then we bring a cow in usually in the spring, and then we feed it out till fall, early winter, and then that's when we butcher. Yeah, we do keep the dogs outside and the large animals. Um, but like overnight, sometimes the dogs come inside too. So it's, I don't know if I would contribute that like 100%, like why we haven't had any losses, but we have the cats too. I mean, so everyone's kind of on patrol and lost a chicken to any kind of predator. Or our ducks, we have never lost a duck yet. We haven't lost a guinea to any predators. So that hasn't been a problem. We have owls, we have hawks, we have eagles, bald eagles. Yeah, mountain lions. We actually have those too. Um, we have all the basic same predators as most people have, but the dismay of a lot of people, the neighborhood dog that roams around is like the largest killer of livestock on the homestead. Is everything sounding good, and you guys are seeing everything okay? Yeah, taxation is theft. I mean, that's the whole reason why this country was formed too, wasn't it? Taxation. And then it was doing really good until, really, if people would look back in history, taxation really just started getting out of hand a couple generations ago. Before that, it wasn't, it wasn't that much of a problem. Of course, it was more than the founding fathers had to endure, but right now it's just totally out of hand. Are you guys seeing and hearing everything okay? Are you? Are you? Yo, yo, yo. Fried squash in the house. How does Stacy keep my shirts so white? I wear them, throw them away, and then we stitch up new ones. I don't know. She's just like everybody else. I mean, she has her little homemade homestead soap, and you know, I don't know. She just does laundry like kind of everybody else. I don't know how maybe they just look whiter on TV, but might be the fabric. I don't know. But they do stay pretty white. But I have some that are pretty scorched up, and those are the ones I use when I'm really working outside and stuff like that. I'm telling you, I cannot believe that I am on a live stream right now with 106 people watching. Uh, Solar. Got my cell phone working double duty. This is crazy. Modern technology is enabling us to share our life with you guys. And in that regard, a lot of people get all upset with the term off grid because we're using modern technology. But if we didn't, we wouldn't be able to share what we're learning and help you guys on your adventure. And I mean, it means a lot that we can use this kind of technology. And I'll get a little better at this as time goes, and then I'll be able to work this chat thing out, and then we'll be really going good. Because the only problem I see right now is that my phone's working; it's sending and receiving, but it's still doing a pretty solid job. I'm going to do a video on my phone. Do you guys think that would be a good video? Yes or no? I'm going to do a video on an off-grid phone. This phone that I have right now, it's a military grade. And would you guys want to see a video about that? Yes. Let me see some yeses and nos. Would you guys want to see a video about that? Sure. Sure. Yes. You look Amish. Do you have Amish background? Okay. We did a video about this. Go to our YouTube channel, go to our homepage, channel videos right there, 6 whole minutes out of your life, and it'll answer your Amish questions. Amish communities are obsessed with all garbage food. Stacy's been working with a few of the ladies over in the community. They're seeing a lot of health differences, so they're really trying to dig in more with learning better ways to eat and stuff. But they eat Doritos and Wonder Bread. I mean, all the white sugar, all the garbage that's so bad for you. But I will say their cancer rates are really low. So I think that because they grow a lot of their own food, that it helps offset the garbage that they're taking in. Now, if you took those same people and threw them in with city living and then, you know, your life and then eating more processed food, they'd be toast. Um, I don't know. I mean, I can do live shows whenever I want, pretty much. So kind of works out with you guys. And then see, I'd like to do them more too when Stacy's here in case you guys have questions with her, or maybe I can do a show at the beginning of the week and then she can have her own little deal at the end of the week. So we'll just try to figure that out. And then um, uh, yeah, probably that would probably be good. Like a one in the beginning of the week, and then she could do a live show and talk to you guys, and then we'll just try to do that for a little while. So we're still posting videos every day, except for lately because I'm so busy with this kitchen and these other building programs. But when we get that out of the way, we'll be back to posting videos daily. And yeah, I still see a couple of you guys are saying there's a little bit of lag and a little bit of this, and I understand. It might not be perfect till I can work out how I can see the chat on the laptop. So just just have to be a little patient. 119 people are watching right now. There was 300 people signed up for the All American Sun Oven webinar last night. 100, I think, people actually watched the show. A lot of people forgot and they got a hold of me first thing this morning. The link to the video that we put up yesterday about the butternut squash, the link is in the comments. You'll see I've left it a couple times in the comments. If you want to go watch the Sun Oven webinar, and then Paul put together a super good deal on a package for you guys. If you want to take advantage of that, I think that's over on the 26th, I want to say. So it's like 3 or 4 days he left it open for you guys to take advantage of that. It's a sweeter deal than the coupons that we have available. So if you're interested in that, you might want to go check that out. And then you can listen to the webinar. He talked about how many different things you can do with the Sun Oven. And it was pretty cool. And there was a lot of people there. And I think they sold maybe 15 at the webinar. And then, of course, as people watch um, there probably more sold, but I don't really care about that. All we try to do is bring you guys products and information that are useful on your homestead, that you can use for a variety of different, ways of different functions. So I know what's up, Ozark off grid. I told you if I want to do something, I do it. Is live. Is that crazy or what? You. And also, if you guys haven't seen Ozark Off Grid's last video, they're talking about some new living situations that they got going on, and they don't ever ask for anything, and they didn't ask me to say nothing. I'm saying it, just saying it. Start hassling them, see if they can put up a PayPal link, maybe $5, $10 if you guys want to help their channel out. And that would really help them get along in their process. Again, they never ask for anything. They would not probably approve of this message. But if you guys start going to their comment section and just saying, hey, is there a way we can help? And $5 or $10, skip a latte for a week and send it to them, and maybe we can get them rolling a little faster. But first, they have to set up a PayPal link so we can do that. So maybe everybody go check out Ozark Off Grid Family, and see if we can't pound their comment section and get them going so we can help them out. Up by us, okay, that's the whole story. They found us because they were watching YouTube channel, and they found our channel, and they reached out to us because they were like, hey, we're living off grid, and we're having some difficulties. And I found out where they were, and I was like, man, you guys are not very far from us at all. So they came down and spent some time with us, and we developed a friendship, and then they were having some issues. I went up there, tried to help them out, and then they decided to move to Oklahoma, and then they left Oklahoma, and now they're back in southern Missouri. So they're still a lot farther away, but they're just good people trying to live their life. And we like them. They don't coded and fake. There's a lot of channels that you guys probably watch, and you think one thing of them, but they are kind of the opposite. So they're really what you see is what you get, and they're good people. And so if we can help them out, I already asked them on their channel, but if maybe a bunch more people asked, they would set something up so we could get their homestead rocking a little bit. That would be cool. I'm all for it. So, but it's Ozark Off Grid Family. Go give them a look. What do I do for money? Rubles and diamonds, gold bullion, silver. Oh man, when you live off grid and you don't have any bills and your property's paid for and you did everything smart up front. Stacy works 2 days a week. We generate some income off of YouTube. We sell, t-shirts and, I mean, it's nothing really, but because we've slimmed our lifestyle back, we can live like nobody else because we live like nobody else. I mean, that's pretty much the bottom line. I mean, we're not, we don't have a bunch of money, or anything like that. We don't have 401ks. We don't have anything like that, but, we have an emergency fund. We kind of, not really, but kind of sort of, hang towards that Dave Ramsey reality. And so, we're not wealthy people. By probably statistics, we'd be borderline poverty, but we're cool with it. We're not the life we had before where we had Harleys and flat screens and, big houses and all this nonsense that kept us on the treadmill. Right now, we can live the pace that we want to live. And I think that's one of the guys have is that you have that job and that income, and that's how you're programmed. That's how all of us are programmed. And, that doesn't define you. It puts you in a position where you think, man, how could I live without an income? But we're proof positive. I mean, we're not like people, but we have ourselves in such a way that we have a very small amount of money. And we went to Tennessee, we went to Texas. I mean, we do a few little things like that. And but we're homebodies. We don't go out a lot. We don't eat out a lot. We grow our own food. And those type of things enable us just to kind of live the life we want to live. If Stacy wants to work more hours, she can. If I want to get out and do some fencing in our neighborhood or do some handyman stuff, I can do that. I mean, there's lots of ways. I thought about doing a video on all the different ways you could live the homestead life and make money on the homestead or outside of the homestead. Okay. I don't know. I just didn't know if it would be a good video, but I think, what do you guys think? I wonder what you would think about that kind of video because there's lots of ways. I mean, you could cut grass in a rural area and make money and work for yourself and have low taxes because you write everything off. I mean, there's just a lot of different ways you can make money and live on a homestead. We're just so programmed into going to a place, punching in on a clock, collecting a check, and going home. That's how our mind is programmed. That's what we're taught. And so once you can break out of that, you free yourself up to do what you want to do and live the life you want to live. Do we ever hear from Misty Prepper? Yeah, we hear from Misty Prepper. She's, going through some personal stuff right now. I mean, just heard from her a little bit ago. She was back in Tennessee. So I mean, they're just a family trying to work through some personal problems, and we just need to give them their space and keep them in your prayers or whatever you do, and hopefully everything works out for them. So I mean, we like her husband and her kids. They came by and spent some time with us. I don't know them super personally. Is that they're going through some stuff, and I think they'll come out on the other end okay. And but yeah, I mean, we don't call on the phone and be hanging out for hours or anything, but we keep in contact with her. And that's the thing. Most of the people that we've met with and that we talk to, we always try to keep in contact. Shoot an email every once in a while, or just kind of watch their YouTube channel, make sure we kind of know what's going on. But that's about what we know with her, and hopefully everything works out. Oh, the produce that we grow on the homestead is pretty much for our consumption and for storing and fermenting. And we do sell eggs in town. For us, we get about $5 a dozen on our eggs, organic, open range eggs. And our chickens can't put them out fast enough. We use a lot of eggs in our cooking and all that kind of stuff. But Stacy takes them in to our seniors, and actually sell some of our eggs to Whole Foods, not Whole Foods the company, but Whole Foods the employees. And our eggs are just as much as the ones at their store, but they buy ours and they call us all the time and they want to get our eggs. So some booming, you know, but that we do sell some eggs. I would say probably 10 dozen or something a week, or depends, right around there. But we do sell some eggs, but most of all of the food and most of the eggs, everything that we have here is for our consumption. No, we've never done farmers markets. We went to a couple of them, um, before we were living like this, but we haven't gone selling at farmers markets. I had an idea once, because I was in the car business too. So I know how those guys are trapped at the dealerships, and I thought, man, we could load the truck up with our produce, roll down there, hit the parking lots. And if you guys are in an area, you could do this too. You just hit the dealerships, the car dealerships, start developing a schedule there. Maybe on a Thursday, you pop in, or a Tuesday, whatever day when all the guys are there, and then you roll through the parking lot, and they will gobble your produce up, put a little scale on your truck, and you can sell your produce directly to them. They'll put them in a bag and take them home with them that night. That is the captive audience. When I was in the car business, these dudes would come by and they would sell like knockoff polo shirts and ties and belts. And so I thought, man, what if you showed up with fresh produce? So but no, all of our stuff, we don't take to farmers markets. We're not interested in doing that, and we're Sabbath keepers. So a lot of times, you know uh-oh, food. But most of the farmers markets are on Saturdays, and so we don't go, obviously, just for that reason. Yeah, I did see that video about selling your dandelions. Hey, seriously, you guys could sell anything on the homestead. I mean, we could sell our sheep, we sell our lambs, we could sell our ducks, we could sell our chickens. I would get chickens when we first got out here, and I would raise up the pullets. And then when they were like a year and a half in, just under 2 years, I would sell those chickens and bring in the new pullets. And we did that for a while. And I mean, we get like $15 a laying hen around here. which is pretty good. And so the homestead, there's a lot of different ways you can generate money on the homestead. But that's just another hustle that you have to do if that's what you want to do. I mean, we didn't sell any chickens last year before, or last year at all. And all the chickens that we have now, they're over 2 years or right at 2 years. So we'll be culling them out and then bringing in the pullets here pretty soon. And then they'll be laying come springtime, in winter. All right, I'm going to turn my mic in, you say? Try that. When's the last time you ever saw Doug with one of these on his head? I do this for you. All right, let's see if I can get this figured out here. 122 people watching. I was happy if 5 or 6 of you guys showed up. It's awesome. Stacy's out right now. She had to run around and do some stuff. We got these steel containers. You guys might have saw them at Brad's place at Big Family Homestead, but we got these steel containers. We've been using them, and so we're going to be talking about that. We have these knife sharpeners. We're going to be giving one away. Pretty much the cat's meow for knife sharpeners. I really like that. I got another True Light headlamp to give away coming up. And this Sunday, I forgot to tell you. Okay. This Sunday we'll be at this place right here. It's called Walk Back in Time, and it's in Mexico, Missouri. It starts on Friday, has Saturday, and it has Sunday. So we're going to be at this place. It's in Mexico, Missouri, and they're going to have all these like reenactment type deals and all this kind of stuff. They're going to have like a Wild West gun show. They're going to have singers, performers, vintage baseball tournament from the 1860s. Have an Apache pilot, world's most lethal helicopter. He's going to be talking about the Apache stuff. So we got World War II stuff, Civil War stuff. Grant remembers Lincoln, Wild West gunfight, kinds of stuff going on. It's in Mexico, Missouri, and we're going to be at that this Sunday. That's kind of a neat thing that we're looking forward to. Sharpener, Wrangler Star got. So, yeah, I saw the knife sharpener that Wrangler Star got. It out, made in Russia, high dollar. I mean, it's nice stuff. Now, if you go back a little further in his archives, you'll see the knife sharpener that's made in America. It's called the Apex, and that's who we're partnering with. And those are the knife sharpeners I'll be showing you guys and doing a review on, and then giving one away. Same kind of build and idea of technology and everything else. It's just not as like that. The one he has I saw recently was more like commercial grade. This one's portable, very good quality still, and will still do the job. But yeah, I did see the knife sharpener from Wrangler Star. Doug is live. That's right. I found out you're Mennonite. Well, didn't you go watch the video? I'm not Mennonite. I'm not Amish. I'm just a simple dude. I'm a dudeologist. All right, man. You got any more questions? Let's get some more questions going up here. I love it. Mennonite. Oh yeah, and before I forget, Patera over at Appalachia Homestead, she's having some things going on with her husband right now. So if you guys could just, nice comments and maybe put her husband in your prayers. He's having issues with his heart, and so I just saw the video the other day about that. Nice gal. They're good people. We met them at the Appalachia Homestead conference. So we just try to keep them on your mind and reach out to them in the comment section on their videos and let them know that Doug and Stacy told you to come over, and we want to keep them on their feet. It's fall time right now. It's a busy time on the homestead for everybody, and she's down a man. I mean, her husband's, he's a big fellow, kind of like me. I'm bigger, but he does a lot of the heavy lifting around there. So her boys have to step up, and she's taking on a little bit more. So if you guys didn't know about it, go over and say hey and let her know you guys are thinking about her. It's Appalachia Homestead. They're just good people. We like all the people that we meet, especially in person, because then you can really know somebody. A lot of times when you're watching these videos, you think you know somebody, but then when you meet them, things could be off a little bit. So these people we've met face to face that I've mentioned so far, and they're just good, good people. Okay, you're in Texas where the heat and humidity are killer, and we're in Missouri where the heat and humidity is killer. So you just have to pace yourself. You have to get up, get your chores done in the morning, go to bed early, relax. During the heat of the day, you're in the shade, trying to have a breeze. Um, I mean, that's pretty much it. You're just going to sweat and you're going to detox. You're going to lose a few pounds. We do. I mean, the cabin, the log cabin is very good in the way that if it's cool out at night, that you can shut the door, shut the windows in the morning, and it'll maintain the coolness till about 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock, depending on how hot it is. Like if it's 100 something degrees outside in the afternoon and the sun's beating down on us, we can get to about 1 o'clock and it'll stay relatively decent in here. But then it starts, the air gets really stale and then you open the windows and doors. But we spend a lot of time outside, so if you are outside and you're in the shade, you know manageable. And it gets hot here, man. It's not like this is in California or something. It gets 100, 102, 105. Humidity's at 90 something percent, dew points at 80, 90%. So and it gets pretty serious here. But we get that a couple months out of the year. But the rest of the time in here in Missouri is very, very manageable. And but you can do it. I mean, they did it, all the way up till air conditioning was invented. And if you had never known air conditioning, like in Africa or any third world country like that, then you wouldn't even ask that question. But because you've tasted it, now you know it, so it makes it a little harder to give it up. But once you do, it's been 5 years for us. There are times when we struggle a little bit, and then we might jump in the truck, go for a ride, go hit the Home Depot or something like that, just to get some projects in mind and think about um, some of the stuff we'll need, our lists together and that kind of thing. But for the most part, we just stick it out. So that's how we deal with that. Zoning. Are you asking me if about zoning? We don't have any. Our place where we live has no zoning, no nothing. That's one of the things you need to look for when you are trying to start your homestead. That's the number one. Anything else you can work around. We bought this place with zero water, and we worked around it. I mean, we hauled buckets for 4 years. A lot of our YouTube friends and family that we made on YouTube have they reached out to us and helped us with the project, and we put in the water system. So that kind of stuff you can work around, but zoning and building codes you cannot. So the very high priority on your list is no building codes, no zoning. Try to live in the most under type of area within a decent distance so you can still go to stores and have a population by you. Like our philosophy is some people live too far out, right? So like when they go to the store, it's like a 2-hour drive to go to the store. To us, that's not feasible. We don't want to live like that. And then what happens is if you have something happen or you need something, you're talking about a 2-hour trip in, 2-hour trip back, or major if you have medical issues or whatever. So our philosophy is if you can be about an hour and a half outside of a town with decent amenities, that's pretty good. I mean, our town is about an hour and a half from the major metropolitan area, but we're only about 20-30 minutes from a Walmart, and we're only like an hour from a, a, a healthy part of, like, where you can find all kinds of stores and do whatever you want in that kind of regard. But you don't want to be too far out, but definitely high on your list should be zoning and all that kind of stuff. You don't want any of that. And there's plenty of places in this country. Every state has places like that, rural areas that you guys could find. Okay, somebody mentioned something about gun control. A rip about it. Our state is an open carry state, and you can conceal carry without a permit. Our state legislators just override the veto that our governor tried to enforce. So we are an open carry, conceal carry, no permit state, and no TPP or foreign UN government or anybody like that is going to be indicating how Off Grid with Doug and Stacy has their firearms. You heard it first right here. Okay, somebody says that they have a call before you dig law that's statewide, and that you have to call before you dig on any project on your property, and that is not correct. If you live in a rural area, power lines are in the air, and there's no gas, there's no nothing. So only places, because remember, I was in the lawn care landscape business. So the only places that you have to call dig right are obviously going to be in populated areas where they have all those are buried in the ground. You have your gas, you have your electric, you have your phone, and they're so concentrated in all those areas. If you live in a rural part of a state, you do not have to call dig right before you start digging, unless of course if there's a natural, they do pipe for natural gas or oil, going by, but usually those are always marked with poles. They're in your area. But I never call anybody out here because there's nothing here for me to hit. They put rural water in at the very of our property here. Actually, I tried to keep them outside of the property because I bought the place, but they had already made the deal to put the rural water in. I told them I don't want the rural water, but I know where that line runs out there. So if I was to ever dig in that general area, then I would call them just so I wouldn't hit their line. I wouldn't want to be responsible for hitting their line. But yeah, dig right is for definitely populated areas, non-rural, because when you get out here in these rural areas, they don't have that stuff in the ground everywhere like they do in the city areas. All right. So rural water. It's basically like the program in the city where they are cleaning water and then they're piping it out to the farthest reaches of the county. So there was no rural water here, and a couple of the people, I guess, started getting it all. And then right before we moved on the property here, they were going to start the installation process of putting in rural water. So when we bought the place, the guy said, we've already agreed that they could run the rural water through the property or to the property. And I said, well, I don't want the rural water because, of course, it's got chlorine and fluoride and all the garbage in it that we're trying to get away from. And so to tell them that I didn't want it and everything. And they said, oh, but it was in your agreement, my sale. So they went ahead and ran it, but I pushed it because actually on my north side over here, I have enough easement between the fence and the road that they could have put it out there, part of property that we share because in our area, state, but we own halfway out into the rock road. So our property goes from like, out to middle part of the rock road, and the guy across the street, his property comes out to the middle part of the rock road. And then, so that's all basically our property, but they call it an easement or something that they have to have like 10 feet off of the rock road, which they did have, but they claimed that since there's a little drop off there or something, they couldn't put it out there, which to me was nonsense. Because when I look at that kind of stuff, it's just like one more reason for like strangers to come on your property, right? Oh, we have a problem with this water line here. We need to come on your property. So it might be crazy thinking, but how I think. So I really didn't want them on my property, but they had already agreed to it. And then if you put in a meter, right, even if you don't use it and the meter's on your property for future use or whatever, it's like $10 a month that you have to pay, or $15 a month every month that you have to pay. No drop of water coming out of there. And so we didn't want to get caught up in any of that stuff either. Okay. Somebody asked if any of our family members or our kids live off grid. All of my kids are grown. I have two sons. They're both in the military. And I have a daughter who's about to give me my third grandchild minute. Okay. They all do not live off the grid. They appreciate what we're doing. They love it. They understand it. They come and visit. But they are totally on the grid and totally doing their thing. My daughter, her husband, and my two grandchildren, my 2.9 grandchildren, they live pretty close to us. My one son, as you guys saw in our earlier videos, is in Texas, and then my other son is in an undisclosed location. So they're all doing their thing. They know what we're doing and why we're doing it. They appreciate it. My grandkids come up a lot. I'm teaching them how to ride horses, spending time with them, teaching them how to grow food. And as they get a little bit older, that process is going to entail more, and they're going to spend more time up here. And we look forward to that. All right. So if we wanted to build a well, Missouri does have a stupid law about that. Um, they, I asked the well dudes about it, and they said because these guys were putting in shoddy wells and all this, but I don't know. But if you don't necessarily have to have a permit, but you have to register your well with the Department of Natural Resources. And that turned me right off. I don't want to have to register my well. I don't want them knowing that I have water here. Our rainwater catchment system is, incognito. Everybody knows it's just you couldn't even tell if you look at the barn, even if you guys go back and look at the videos, it's white pipe up against white tin. It blends in pretty good. No one's none the wiser. So We just don't like a bunch of people knowing our business. That's why we have a YouTube channel. All right, that was funny, but yeah. So I didn't go for that. And besides, wells out here, seven, $6,000 to $8,000, $9,000, $10,000, and you have to register with the Department of Natural Resources. So that was a no-go for us. Oh, Debbie. Uh, One thing I want to do too is I want to say thanks to Debbie. I mean, she's one of our uh, uh, I'll just say that she's straight up the Homestead homie. She doesn't just tune in and all this stuff. She corresponds with us. It's just good to know you, and we thank you. Um, we were not farmers. We're totally city people. We never had any um, kind of homestead or farmer experience. I mean, we totally just like 3,000 square foot house, packed up the U-Haul, found this land, and just set up shop. I mean, the only thing we took out of our house, we sold everything, gave stuff away, was this couch here that I'm sitting on is a futon, and the table that this laptop's on right now. That's the only thing we brought with us, and we just went for it. Stacy will tell you I'm kind of a risk taker. I like to go all in. Kind of how I've always been. So we just came here and we decided this is what we were going to do, and this is what we've done. And we're 5 years in. I learn really fast. I pick up on stuff really fast. So I did a lot of studying, a lot of investigating, and things are working out for us. One of the things I think problem with is they overthink stuff and then they talk themselves out of it because they fear it might be too much. What is it? To try and fail is better than to not try at all, right? So even if you do something, I mean, there's been things that we've done here that have been a fail, like the alpacas. That was a fail. I want to do them, but Stacy did, so I went along with it, and we tried it for a year and a little more, and it didn't work out, and we got rid of them. So you can always recover from a failure. But that's part of like living life, right? If you're not like trying stuff and failing and trying stuff and succeeding, if you're just like sitting around all the time doing the same old status quo stuff, to me, that's just not living. We like to live. It's adventurous. We take the good with the bad. And, I'd say more than 80 or 90%, it's always good. So it's been just a great, great experience. Oh, Howard's watching. What's up, Howard? If Howard has homesteading with the cases, he just started his new YouTube channel. He is they live in Indiana. They just bought a little homestead. He's all in, and he just left a comment. He said that it's because of me and Stacy that they're doing it. Howard, if it totally fails and blows up, we accept no responsibility. We accept no responsibility of your actions. But we are glad we can motivate you guys. I know you guys will like it. It's just a better quality of life. And if you guys haven't checked out his channel, he's right in the beginning stages. They bought a little farmhouse, and he's trying to get some videos uploaded. I know he was doing some stuff about his chickens. He's got some chickens now, and he made a little place for them inside their barn. But he contacts us all the time. We've talked on the phone. And he's a good homestead homie too. He reaches out while we talk behind the scenes. And so I hope everything works out. Your homestead. Still watching. Love it. How many cats do you have, and do they live in the barn? Yeah, our cats live in the barn. I don't know. I mean, we have like 20 or 15 or 23 but we find homes for our cats a lot. We just got given away, I think, like 5 or 6 cats to people. Stacy has friends that came up. Okay, Stacy has one friend that came up. runs like the shelter for like cats, right? So she came up and her kid came up, her son, and they wanted to get cats. So the son really wanted the cat. She really wasn't going to get one. So he's looking around and found one. Well, she found one. We have like these miniature cats. I don't know. We had the one. I didn't really get to do a video about it before she gave it away to one of the teachers that she teaches with at Montessori school. But they're like, you could put them inside of a coffee cup. That's like their full grown size. So it's kind of crazy. So she was poking around the barn and she found this one, and it's kind of the same kind of a cat. And oh, okay, maybe I'll take it, maybe I won't. My husband will be mad. Then we're like, oh, it's better to ask for forgiveness. So she took it, and she took it home. And the first thing she did was took it to the vet. Well, she took it to the vet, and the vet's like, totally healthy cat, no worms, no fleas, no problem. We take very good care of our animals. I think she was totally surprised. We weren't. This cat's good to go. We feed him milk. We take care of him, and if you want to take him to the vet, go ahead. And so she did. But the good bill of health, all of our animals, we really look after. We take that very seriously. We're stewards of our animals. If they have issues or problems, we address them. I've learned how to take care of my animals pretty much myself. Stacy knows holistic stuff that we use and do on our animals, and we do it ourselves. But if there is a problem where we can't do it, then we'll get the vet out immediately. And we don't take any chances. We respect our animals. We respect what they do for us, and we know that it's our responsibility to take care of them. So we do have a lot of cats, but they have a job on the homestead. They keep down the mice and the other animals that are nuisance animals, and we have a good relationship. We don't fix all of our cats. Our cats are not fixed. We don't believe in that kind of stuff either. We don't believe in fixing our cats. We don't believe in animals. We live to biblical principles, and so we don't do any of that stuff. We let the nature we let the strong survive, and nature's natural selection takes care of weak animals. They get sickly and they die, and that's just how we roll. And we're not like the New York cat lady with 5,000 cats. I mean, there's a few cats around, but we have a good flow of cats being adopted, and we keep them here and we take care of them. Okay, do my cats and the dogs go after the chickens? Okay, no. The one dog, the white dog that you guys see, that's Scout, and she's been with us since the city. And then Faith, we got her when we first came up here. Now, we've always had an Airedale Terrier. That's the dog that Faith is, that was in the last video that we posted. An Airedale Terrier. It's a fantastic dog for the homestead or for a family, period. If you can find a breeder in your area that has those type of dogs, I would suggest looking into them and getting them. They are the largest of the terriers. They have a really good temperament. They're just a fantastic dog. I never knew about the dog until I met and married Stacy, and she's always had them. And so when we came up here, we had one. Her name was Anush, which means little sweetie in Armenian. And so you guys learned a little foreign language today on our video. Means little sweetie or a little cutie in Armenian. So she was here. She passed away. She was an older dog, and then we've got her. But so when we bring the chickens in, they're pullets, they're babies. They just don't do it. The cats don't mess with them. Everyone has grown up around each other, and we don't have any problems with our dogs or cats. As a matter of fact, Faith is so funny, our Airedale. If Stacy's cooking outside, she'll right next to what we're cooking, right? And then if a cat or a chicken or anybody comes like around because they smell it, Faith chases them off because that's, she's like protecting our food area. So, but no, we don't have any problem with animals. All of our animals get along very well. I have 4 turkeys over in the field over here right now, walking, pecking food, eating everything. The chickens are visiting them. The fryers will be out probably next week. I'll open range them. I just wanted them to get a little bit bigger. So everyone, the chickens are with the guineas or with the cats or with the dogs or with the sheep or with the horses. The horses have the cats around at their feet. They have the chickens by them. So we have it's very kosher. How we have it set up. And if you get your animals young and they all have a chance to be around each other as they grow older, they get used to them. So when the new chickens come in, I don't even know if the dogs and cats even realize it. They're just more chickens. So we never have a problem with that. All right, I can tell you how we met right now, if you want to hear about it. I have a friend that was in one of our videos, Trent, and Trent has his wife is in a band. They're like in this kind of a popular band in the St. Louis area. She sings really good, and so they're in a band. So what happened was on this particular night, he asked me if I wanted to come and where they were playing and hang out and whatever. And I was single, so I was like, yeah, that'd be cool. So I jumped on the Harley and I went there. And it turns out that while Stacy was finishing up a workout where she was at with her girlfriends, one of them said, "Hey, you want to go to this place and hang out and listen to this band and maybe have a drink or whatever?" So she never really was like clubs and that kind of stuff. But she was just like, "Yeah, I guess I'll go try to check it out." And so that's basically it. I mean, the place was packed, and I was doing my thing, and I, you know, that was it. It was game over. So she had me. I was hooked. Love at first sight, whatever you want to call it. And I talked to her because I'm pretty well. I mean, I'm not like a shy dude, so I went right up to her. I'm like, so what's the deal, And she's like, yada, yada. And I'm like, well, I said, tomorrow they have this thing in St. Louis called Bikers for Babies. It's for, I think, like March of Dimes or something, muscular dystrophy or something. And I said, tomorrow is Bikers for Babies. And you want to ride with me on my Harley and go to this thing and we'll check it out and whatever. And so uh, she was like, yeah, that would be cool. She gave me her number. We went on the Bikers for Baby thing. We met in October, December the same year. So it was like almost as fast as the log cabin build. It was just one of those things where we clicked, and yeah, so we met in October and we got married in December. I don't even know how long we've been on here live. It's probably been a little bit, but we're at 138 people are watching right now. So I'm cool with hanging out a bit longer. It seems like there's an interest. You guys are chatting it up and pretty good hanging out. So if you got any more questions, how did we start following biblical principles and stuff like that? Um, Basically, lucky, I guess, for both of us is journey together. We kind of started. Weren't really church folks at the time. We started going back to church, and then instead of listening to all the garbage that comes from the pulpit, I actually started studying like deep. Because that's how I am. When I get into something, I'm like, I want to really understand it. So for the first time, like in my whole life, I started studying scripture. I started studying history, and then I started basically uncovering, just like all of this stuff and how wrong a lot of stuff is. And but so fortunate for me, Stacy has been right there with me every step of the way. She studies. She's a Proverbs wife. I mean, she takes my guidance. but she also knows like if I'm not on the right way to, you know, put some reality back onto me, right? So that's like I said, fortunately for me, and you know, and for her because she was into learning it too, that we could make that journey together and then keep studying. And we're still studying, and we don't know everything, but we do know a lot of stuff that we've been taught was totally bogus. So we just make those changes because we are very sincere about our walk, if you want to call it, you know, whatever you want to call it. You know, very serious about it, and we just want to do the best that we can. So if we know that we have information that's bogus, then we have to change. We can't say, "Oh, well, you know, if that comes from the straight up pagans and has no place in biblical understanding, we're okay with it. It's not, that's not what it means to us. So that's just not how we are. We want to do the best that we can, and we study a lot of scripture. I study a lot of history. I'm studying stuff all the time, and that's just it. And like I said, thankfully for me and for Stacy that we have been on this journey together instead of a lot of times, and we know a lot of people like that, and we hear a lot of stories that it's the wife or the husband, and then the other one is not interested or doesn't want to bother with it and all that kind of stuff. So luckily for us, it was the same. Use horsepower for work on our farm. No, we got rid of the Belgians. So in that regard, we don't use horsepower, but I still have my horse and buggy that I use often, and we saddle ride our and those horses both can pull. So if I have not kind of the logs I can pull out with my team of Belgians, but if I have logs or stuff like that that I need, or if I get a reel mower, which I'm looking out for all the time. It's a mower that you pull behind your buggy horse, and he can mow the whole grass and everything. So, any kind of stuff like that, I can use the horses for. They can pull, and that's what they're here for. So I will use them in that capacity. But like what we were doing with plowing up the garden and tilling and harrowing and everything with the Belgians, we're not doing that anymore because we went to the raised beds and to the back to Eden for aging in place. The ice house and the ice house and the root cellar are next year's projects. Questions? I see some Bible references going on. But if you got any more questions, looks like we're going up to 140 people are watching right now. It's pretty strong. This cell phone. I cannot believe that I am using my cell phone, doing a live broadcast for over. I think it's been at least an hour, hasn't it? Um, it's receiving the signal and sending the signal. That's phenomenal. So I don't know what Zach Bauer's thing is down there at American Homestead. why is he? Why does he just have a blank screen up while they're talking? Because here's Doug with no solar power. He's got solar power, and I'm live broadcasting, reading comments, and hanging out. That's crazy. Sure you guys are hitting that thumbs up down there in the if there's 143 people watching, I want to see 143 thumbs up, at least on the first broadcast, because we did it. Hey, my daughter's actually in the comments sections down below. What's up, Autumn? Are you feeling okay? We're like waiting every time where the phone blings. We're like, is that it? Is she having her baby? Almost got a little emotional. Hold on here. Me and my daughter, I'll just be straight. I mean, we've had some things come up. We're working through some things, and I just love her to death. And um, it's cool to see her, watching the live show and hanging out with us. Um, okay, and I look forward to seeing our third grandbaby. Man, I can't believe I just got all zipped up. Hold on a second here. Let me get some composure. I love my kids. My kids a lot together, and they mean a lot to me, and that's it. I'm glad to see her here. Debbie, they didn't check out the sex, but I already told her it's a boy. Autumn was the first child for us, and she's our oldest. And then we had two sons. So she had a daughter first, and now she's going to have her second son. Um, I said it's going to be. so, so we're looking forward to a grandchild, a grandboy, a baby boy. But of course, we just hope everything goes smooth. Um, was a medulla, midwifing and having a home birth and everything. So we just want everything to go smooth. Whatever happens, sex wise, male, female, we're cool with it. But of course, Grandpa's hoping for a little baby boy, and that they can slip in Douglas into the name somewhere. Um, so she's the one with the grandchildren. My sons are not. Yet. So, and like I said, we have a pretty good relationship with our grandkids. They need to come up a little more now that it's cooling off, and we look forward to seeing them. All right. Someone asked if we have plans if the SHTF happens, if the come here to the homestead. My daughter's close enough. They could pack up their stuff and get here. You know, so of course they'd be welcome. What we are going to be planning on is I'm going to be building another house here on the property, and we're going to run like an Airbnb so people can learn to come and homestead. That's another reason why our outdoor kitchen is so big. We want to have 3 or 4 picnic tables in there, plenty of space to cook and for people to eat. We have a lot of plans coming up for next year. The homestead, we want to teach people this lifestyle. We want them to come and get their teeth wet, or whatever you say, sink their teeth into it, or get their feet wet and learn this. Maybe stay a week or 2 weeks so they get some hands-on experience, and then they can go back to wherever state they want to live in, and then use what we teach and adopt that into their so we think that's a very important aspect of where we're going with this. So we're putting the infrastructure in right now, and we're going to have this set up to where people can come. So if the SHTF happens, we'll have to shut the gates, and of course, family comes first, and they're going to come in. And my sons, with military experience, and they're going to be far away anyways. They're just going to be dealing with it on their own, but they understand what needs to be done. Confident that they'll take care of their families and whatnot. But my daughter's right down the street, and he's into computers and such. So this will definitely be a place that they'll be on the on the run to, because they know that we know how to grow food, how to harvest water, and all this kind of stuff, and there'll be a safe place for them and the kids. So I don't see that being a problem. But yeah, they do know that they can come here, and we will have the infrastructures in place, and we can always make do with what we have as well. So, I think we got 141 people watching. You guys are just hanging in there. I love it. So it must be somewhat interesting. So, me and Stacy, we have a heart to teach. We like to teach people, and we like to do right. People do things a certain way. They believe things a certain way, and we study things. And we don't say we have all the answers, but we like to challenge what people like to believe, or what they believe, and then kind of get them thinking. And so if what they believe is legit, then if if we introduce something that's foreign to what they believe, and then they start studying that out, and then they start saying, holy smokes, there's probably some validity to that, that's life changing. So we like to teach, we like to banter, we like to go back and forth with people. I really like it. A lot of people in today's society are now this programmed to this talk, this nonsense, and if you don't agree with what I'm saying, then I'm going to cut you off. I'm going to block you from my channel. I mean, this goes on. I'm not going to mouth at anybody, but I'm telling you guys, this goes on even at channels that you're watching right now, where if you're not on the gravy train, on the sheeple train with what's being said on their channel, they're gonna cut you off. They're not gonna let you comment. Is not the kind of stuff me and Stacy go for. I really like the engagement. I like to be challenged on what I believe. I like to go back and forth. And in the end, we can hug and kiss, and, I don't know about kissing, but we can hug, and then we can say, we agree to disagree, and we can pick back up tomorrow or the next time we meet. Like, everything is fine. But some people, when you're not totally in agreement with what they want to do, or you're challenging or anything, they will flat cut you off, and they just keep you out, and that's just not the way we are. So one of our things is we do want to teach. We do like to challenge. People that are going to come here are going to be challenged. They're going to ask questions. We're going to do the best to answer them. It's going to be hands-on. And when you come to our channel and you leave comments, even if you don't agree with what we're doing, I mean, we would never act that way towards you guys. This isn't like a safe place. You read some comments at some other channels, and it's like, oh, you're the greatest and you're the best. And there's like not one single that is, like against or contrary, or not on the exact same path as every single comment. Something's fishy up with that. So when you leave comments here, even if you don't agree with what we're saying, as long as you're not dropping cuss words and this kind of nonsense, we're totally fine with it. And then there's a lot of times, I mean, guys, I was plowing with those horses, and people were blowing up our comment section, telling us about Back to Eden, telling us about raised bed gardening, and the thing is we had come straight from the city, and we started this. And so of course the Amish are kind of like our benchmark, because they live totally off grid and they're totally doing it. And so they had the horses, and then they were plowing up like that. So I said, you know what, I'm going to learn how to do that. And that's what we did. But I'm not. So I listened to you guys. I did some more homework. And then I thought about, when I'm 60 or 65 or 70 years old, am I going to want to be out there hitching up a team And then am I going to be wanting to feed them through the winter? And so then I started adjusting and reevaluating. And then that's when we sold the team and we started the raised beds and the back to Eden. And the back to Eden's labor intensive. If you guys watch Paul, who kind of invented the idea or at least got it spread around like crazy, he's not doing mulch anymore in his beds because he can't do it. He's physically not able now. And so he's using straw and grass clippings. But so you just want to always be open for something else. And you guys should all want to be challenged a little bit. You know what I mean? So that's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. So that's just kind of like our little thought philosophy and summed up there in 2 seconds. All right, so we're gonna do more cooking videos. Obviously, when winter gets here, things are gonna slow down quite a bit. So Stacy's gonna be doing a lot more cooking. We're gonna do a lot more wood stove cooking stuff because it takes a little bit of getting used to cooking. It's a lot different. Stacy's mastered LP gas. I mean, we have the barbecue pit. She can cook and I mean, basically every meal we eat, she can cook on that thing. So she's really got that down pretty good. She uses some bricks in there and that kind of stuff. And then we're going to be doing a lot more cooking stuff, healthy. That's one thing I hope you guys like about our channel is that, you know, the talking stuff. We're just talking and hanging out, but we like to show you the hands-on stuff. And we're talking about health, nutrition, and we're not just talking about it layman terms. I mean, Stacy is thoroughly vetted and learned in the topics. We're talking about homesteading and our animals. We're talking about building stuff, which, we have projects going on right now. We showed you guys how to put in a rainwater catchment system, all gravity fed, no pumps. We live without solar. I mean, we're trying to bring all this to you guys. We think you guys agree that we have a very kind of well-rounded channel where we're talking a little bit, we're showing you guys hands-on. Next year we're going to be in the garden like 1,000 times more. So some things that you might have saw kind of us lacking on this year, next year we're going to be really strong on. That way we're kind of stretching out our content. So next year we're going to be real strong in the garden. We're going to be showing you guys planting, like the sweet potato video. I think you guys really like that. A lot of people did not know you had to cure sweet potatoes. You don't just pick sweet potatoes out and cook them up that night for dinner. Those starches have to turn into the sweetness that we like. And they're not really sweet potatoes, they're yams. And I get it. But, where we grew up and where most people grew up, yams have been called sweet potatoes. It's just kind of, it's a street slang, but technically they're yams, what we grew and showed you guys. Sweet potatoes are more of a yellow. They're just a different potato altogether, but some kind of way, the disinformation or whatever, everyone calls pretty much yams sweet potatoes. So, but yeah, we have a lot more cooking stuff and everything. Okay, mutton. We've never eaten mutton here. You can eat mutton. Mutton is a term for lamb that is 1 year or older. Mutton. Lamb, sheep, ram, or a ewe, up to 1 year. Okay, so we always harvest our lamb meat at about the 1 year mark. Okay, the sheep that we have are called katahdins, and they are known after 1 year, the mutton not to have the gamey taste or the sheepy taste that people don't like for mutton. Mutton you can still cook and eat. We never have. All you would probably do is and soak it, marinate it a little longer to try to get some of that bite out of it. But again, we've never had that. We've just harvested 3 sheep. We have 2 growing right now that'll be ready July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March. About February, March, something like that. We do eat our meat. That's why we produce them. And that's one more reason why I don't have to be in a deer stand. No, we don't have any goats. We're not interested in milking animals, so we don't have a cow for milking. We don't have goats for milking. It's easier for us just to go, next door to our Amish friends and barter for some milk. I mean, we get milk from them. They feed them, they take care of them, they milk them, and we're just not interested in that. That's why, like the Legrands, when they came to visit, it was pretty good because, right? I mean, can you imagine if they were here and then they also had to milk once or twice a day? So that would add a whole nother level of drama to their stay here. So we have it pretty simple. If we have to have someone come watch the homestead for just feeding and watering and letting in and letting out, but we're not really ready to commit to milking animals, so we don't have any goats. Also, goats are total jailbreakers. They love to get out. They love to dance on the hood of your car. They love to, they're just talk to a lot of people with them, and they're escape artists, and they're always on the move to get away from you. But our sheep are very good. We like to keep. They're called easy keepers, so they're just animals that we can keep on the homestead that don't require a lot of attention. We let them out in the morning. We put them in at night. We feed them and water them, and that's it. Issues with our animals, and they're easy keepers. Okay, somebody says, yes, all sheep give wool. That's incorrect. The Katahdins are a hair sheep, and they don't offer any fiber for spinners. Okay, they basically shed, and what they shed is so short and so fine that it's not usable for any kind of, what do they call that stuff? Oh, it's escaping me right now. The word for um, cottage industry stuff. So, yeah, so the hair sheep is what we have. They're called Katahdins. An American Homestead just switched to them. He had wool sheep at first, but he was having a lot of problems with them down there where he lives. We suggested to him to get some Katahdins. I don't know if he took that to heart, but another friend of his had some Katahdins, so he said he would try them, and I think he's having good success with them. They are very tolerant to the heat. They're very like not getting parasites. Um, they're easy keepers, and so they handle the heat well. But they shed in the early spring, and then they grow their hair back for the winter. They're a great animal for meat, and they have good temperament, and they're just good, healthy animals. It's the Katahdin hair sheep. Yeah, I'm surprised I haven't ran out of battery either. I'm at, let's see, I'll tell you right now. And on the laptop, and the phone is even more than 50%. So man, I could keep this going till the next Homestead Network show. I'll keep you guys on here till, what is today? Friday. Oh, tonight's Friday night. Go for Green Living, right? So I could keep you guys on here till Go for Green Living show. No, I couldn't do that. We're gonna have to eat pretty soon, and we got those sweet potatoes. We took 2 of the sweet potatoes that we harvested. They're in the sun oven right now. And then we're going to have some lamb burgers. Love it. So that'll be going on. And then we'll be getting ready for the shows tonight. All right. Well, I would say that we're going to wrap it up. It's 4 o'clock Central Standard Time. And I think this has been a huge success. I'm not sure when we're going to do the next one. I'll talk to Stacy when I get home. I'm going to let her know that we, sometimes we had like 140 something people watching. I think there's been a consistent 130 viewers since we clicked on here. So I think that's phenomenal. If you guys haven't checked out our article, our radio show we did on Off the Grid News, you might want to go check that out. All you have to do is Google Off the Grid News and hit their radio tab. I think we were the last story they did That's getting a lot of neat attention. A lot of people share it on Facebook and that kind of thing. Also, our blog is on Molly Green Magazine. If you just Google Molly Green Magazine and then go to the blog section, we did that blog about electricity. That's what kind of sparked our video that we did here on our YouTube channel. Also, we have this thing coming up. Let me see here. Tuesday night. See if I can find it real quick for you guys. We had a slide, but we have a couple of cool things coming up in the works. And if you guys ever want to email us or something, we do have some people that are supporting us on PayPal. We're going to talk about more about that. A lot of people want us to do like a Patreon thing, and I don't know if we're going to do that. But I think we're going to do a PayPal thing, and then we're going to give some special what we're going to do. But basically, if you want to help us on the homestead with PayPal, that's what a lot of people are doing. And it looks like the viewers are falling off now, so I don't know if I lost you guys or not. But just hang tight, and then we'll see you guys on the next one. And maybe we'll see you tonight at Go for Green Living or some of the Homestead Network broadcasts. I want to thank everybody for hanging out with us and spending time with us this afternoon. And we do really appreciate all of our, all of our subscribers and people that hang out with us. And that's it. So this is Off Grid with Doug and Stacy. I'm Doug, and we'll see you guys on the next one.